Hello everyone, in this video I'll be taking up the chapter or the topic the cell, which is in continuation to the chapter cell as the fundamental unit of life. As we are now going to start up with the structure of the cell, I'll be drawing the structure of the cell and simultaneously I'll be explaining the functions of all the parts of the cell. To start with, the first part of the cell is the outer covering of the cell, which is known as cell membrane. Cell membrane, it gives the shape to the cell and protects the internal parts of the cell. Other things which are related to cell membrane are: first, it is a thin elastic membrane. Second, it gives shape to the cell. Third, it is semi-permeable. That is, it allows only selective substances to pass through it and prevent the entry of other substances. After cell membrane, the next substance which is present inside the cell, which makes most of the cell, is the semi-liquid substance filling the cell known as cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a semi-liquid fluid in which all the cell membranes, all the cell organelles are embedded separately. Cytoplasm, it gives a medium for all the activities to occur inside the cell, and also provides a medium to all the cell organelles to adjust themselves inside. Then after cytoplasm, the next main part of the cell is the nucleus. Nucleus is almost centrally placed in the cell. It is almost located in the center of the cell, and it is a very important part of the cell. Why? Because it controls almost all the structures of the cell. Now, when we draw the structure of nucleus, I'll be writing the parts of the nucleus this side so that it is easily clearly visible to you. The outer membrane of nucleus is known as nuclear membrane. It has a centrally placed, or it has a very darkly stained body in the center or inside the nucleus, known as nucleolus. It has a fluid which fills the nucleus known as nucleoplasm. And it has a very important part, the thread-like structures present in it, known as chromatin fibers. Now, I'll explain the nucleus in detail first. Nucleus has a thin protective covering which is double membrane around it, which protects the internal parts of the nucleus. It has a darkly stained body present in it, known as nucleolus. The function of nucleolus is basically to control the functioning of nucleus. It has thread-like structures present in it, known as chromatin fibers. We will not say the term chromosome here. We'll say they are chromatin fibers. They are thin thread-like structures which are made up of DNA and proteins, and this thin thread-like structure are known as chromatin fibers. Then we have a fluid filled inside the nucleus known as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm, you can relate it to cytoplasm. It is the fluid filled substance which fills the center of the nucleus. These are all the parts of the nucleus. Now, what are the functions of nucleus? Nucleus, it controls all the activities of the cell, and secondly, it also helps in the process of cell division. It plays a very important role in the process of cell division. After nucleus, the next important organelle which is present inside the cell is the powerhouse of the cell. You all must be knowing about it. That is the mitochondria. Mitochondria, it has one more name. It is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Why? First of all, the process of cellular respiration, it occurs in mitochondria. That is the breakdown of glucose to produce energy. This mitochondria will break down the glucose present in the cell and produce energy for the cell to work. That is why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. It is also double membraned, and the inner wall of mitochondria is folded into finger-like projections just like this. It is the outer membrane and the inner membrane. It has these finger-like processes in the center, which are known as cristae. These cristae, why are these folded? These cristae increase the surface area of mitochondria to perform the process of cellular respiration, because these cristae, they have oxysomes present on them which perform the process of cellular respiration. If more amount of cristae are there, more oxysomes will be present. If more oxysomes are present, more cellular respiration will be there. So the internal membrane of mitochondria is folded in order to increase the surface area for more chemical reactions or for more cellular respiration to take place. This was about mitochondria. The next organelle which is present inside the cell is the endoplasmic reticulum, which is also known as the ER. Endoplasmic reticulum, it is a very important part of the cell. Why? First of all, they are of two types. Suppose this is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and this endoplasmic reticulum, which has these dot-like structures present over it, is known as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the endoplasmic reticulum which does not have ribosomes attached to it, whereas rough endoplasmic reticulum is the endoplasmic reticulum which has ribosomes attached to it. Now, the function of endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, it has ribosomes attached over it. Its function indirectly is that it facilitates the process of protein synthesis, whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it helps in production of lipids or fats. This is the main function of endoplasmic reticulum. It also gives a structural framework to the cell. It also helps the cell to remain in a particular shape. These are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Now comes the next cell organelle, that would be the ribosomes. Ribosomes are a very important cell organelle and play a very major role in the synthesis of protein. Synthesis means formation. Proteins are formed by the help of, or you can say proteins are formed by the ribosomes. These ribosomes, they are the protein factories. They produce proteins for the cell, and proteins, as we all know, they are the building blocks of life. All our body basically is made up of proteins. So this plays a very important role as ribosomes. They form proteins. Now ribosomes, they can be found scattered in the cell, or they can also be found like chains attached to each other. They are known as polysomes. When they are scattered in the cell, they are known as ribosomes, and when they are found in chains, they are known as polysomes. Function is the same. Next cell organelle would be a very important part again, the Golgi bodies. The Golgi bodies, they are made up of cisterns. These are cisterns and these are vesicles, and here attached are the tubules. It has basically three parts: cisterns, tubules and vesicles. Golgi bodies play a very important role in secretion of certain hormones and enzymes. What is its function? One function is that whatever is formed by endoplasmic reticulum, that is packed by Golgi body and is transported in whole of the cell. Second function is it produces its own chemical enzymes and hormones which are packed in these vesicles and are transported to whole of the body. These are the two main functions of Golgi bodies. The next organelle which I am going to make is the vacuole. Vacuole is a thin covering filled by a fluid. Listen carefully, the covering of vacuole is known as tonoplast, Tonoplast, and the fluid which is filled inside the vacuole is known as cell sap. What is the function of vacuole? It just helps to maintain the water balance in the cell. Next cell organelle, a very important organelle, would be lysosome. You all must have heard lysosomes are called suicidal bags. First of all, we must know what is the function of lysosome. Function of lysosome is intracellular digestion. Intra means inside the cell. Digestion means digestion. That is, it eats up all the foreign particles which are not required by the cell. It eats up those foreign particles and digests them. The main thing to remember is that these lysosomes, they have a digestive enzyme present in them known as lysozyme. This lysozyme enzyme, it digests. First of all, the lysosome engulfs the foreign body. Then this digestive enzyme digests that foreign body and finishes it off. This is the function of lysosome, that is intracellular digestion. Sometimes, accidentally, this lysosome, it bursts. Or in case of any emergency, suppose some organelle is not working properly, this lysosome will burst and will eat up all the organelles of the cell. That is, it will digest its own cell. That is why sometimes it is known as the suicidal bag of the cell. Now, I'll just recap once again because the diagram is almost full. The first part is the cell membrane, the outer covering. Then it is filled with cytoplasm. The centrally placed nucleus is there. Then endoplasmic reticulum attached to nucleus, ribosomes which are protein factories, mitochondria which are the powers of the cell, Golgi bodies which help in secretion of enzymes and hormones, vacuoles which are the fluid filled substances, lysosomes which are the substances which have lysosome enzyme present in them, which are also known as the suicidal bags of the cell. This was all about animal cell. One very important organelle which is only present in animal cell, not present in plant cell, is the centrosome. Centrosome is the only cell organelle which is present only in plant cell. It is very important for the process of cell division. It mainly helps in the process of cell division and is only present in the animal cell. Now, this was all about the structure of animal cell. In our next video, I'll be taking up the difference between animal and plant cell and some important properties and some important organelles present in the plant cell. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like.